Hey folks, this is Jadius,
And this is Beas.
and we're in the Wood League, and so are you. And today we've got another all-European matchup. This is MaNa and DalaiLameR, two guys. Well, I think we've featured MaNa before, but I think this is DalaiLameR's first appearance on the Wood League. Both of these guys in the top 100 European side.
Yeah, JDS, I got a strange question for you today before we begin.
All right, shoot.
You ever notice those Vespine guys or things on Starcraft maps?
Yeah.
Would you say that those are natural formations or what?
I don't know what you mean. Like, you mean the way that they just burst through the ground like that?
Yeah, I'm just not just I just don't know what the hell they are really. Like, where are they coming from? Some of these maps are actually on like floating space stations, and they still have Vespine geysers shooting up out of them, like these mountains, these volcanoes containing Vespine. It just confuses me
It's
from a
true.
scientific standpoint.
I know, I know. You are a well-known and prominent scientist. I don't know if our viewers at home know that, but Beas likes to dabble in all of the world's sciences. But I guess I liken them to like dandelions or similar kind of weed-like flowers, and you see them wherever, and they kind of just propagate in very difficult environments.
I
And
see.
I get that feeling that Vespine gas, and I think that somehow tied with the minerals, they've got to be together in this very specific
It's true, yeah. I didn't even touch
cluster.
on that. They're always together. The Vespian guys are always next to a cluster of approximately 8 mineral fields. It's
Hmm.
just interesting how these things work out in the StarCraft universe.
I
So
think
geometrically,
I think
It all points to intelligent design, if you ask me.
I think they're like the weeds of the galaxy of the Star Wars galaxy. You can't really get rid
Star
of them.
Wars.
Star Wars. It's the StarCraft galaxy, and if you can't get rid of them, you might as well mine them up and start making some stuff out of them. And I think that's what these three races have come up with here. Not too much notable right now. Both of these players getting some pretty fast expansions. A couple of harassing probes and drones on either side right now, seeing what they can see, but nothing too serious as far as any deaths are concerned.
Yeah, the Protoss player MaNa is actually going for a fast forge. What do you think of that, JDS?
Yeah, maybe some OTing ideas here from MaNa. A gateway and a forge kind of going up more or less simultaneously here at about 18 supply, 17, 16 supply is when it got started. Pretty faster expansion for MaNa, only slightly. But both these guys getting expansions rather quickly. No offensive units to speak of at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like MaNa's going for a full-on defensive base block extraordinaire. He doesn't want any Zerglings coming in. Even this probe, for now, is guarding that entrance to the base, guarding that one spot where any Zerglings might be able to move in. But now the spot is open. Let's see if LameR will be able to capitalize on that. Doesn't look like he has any Zerglings that are running across the map quite yet.
Yeah, 4 Zerglings out on the board right now. 4 initial Zerglings going to try to take out this probe here, and MaNa will stop having any vision on LameR's base. LameR doing his worker transfer over to his freshly made expansion. MaNa having completed that worker transfer a little while ago. Cybernetics core now getting started for MaNa, still with the base block, as Beas mentioned. Zerglings on the way to see if they can maybe burst into the front door, but they're probably going to find some pretty heavy resistance from this base block unless they go to the back door here over by these destructible rocks. Little vision here by LameR's overlord going to tell LameR that there's not much resistance here as far as these backdoor rocks are concerned. It looks like that's going to be LameR's strategy for the time being.
Yeah, MaNa actually has vision of the rocks, and he may have noticed that they were actually getting damaged. Yeah, very interesting. It was a very subtle thing. MaNa actually wouldn't have seen any purple flashes on his minimap, but he did notice that the health of those rocks was going down, and he's going to put up those 2 photon cannons to stop the assault on these rocks.
Yeah, good placement there as far as the pylon is concerned for MaNa. Going to be able to give him vision on these rocks and tell him that they are being destroyed. A couple of photon cannons going to go down. LameR with the nice vision there from the Overlord is going to see the photon cannon getting built, so the Zerglings are not going to take any damage. Those rocks are going to have to wait, and these Zerglings are going to take position outside of the base. Couple of Zerglings here taking posts at the Xel'Naga watchtower, so it's going to be more about scouting as far as LameR is concerned. Two of these Zerglings going to poke into the front of the base, going to see the block, going to quickly run away. One Zergling goes down, second Zergling manages to escape, and LameR's going to have to go back to the drawing board, as it were, right now.
Yeah, do you think LameR should maybe make some Banelings right now or something? You know, both players playing very defensively and just feeling each other out right now, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, you know, spending a lot of money on these expansions here, getting this going to the full extent. Both of these expansions really going at full tilt right now. Both of these guys getting a lot of income right now. LameR is going to realize that a sentry is out right now. The sentry is going to start to put pressure on this Overlord. I don't know if the Overlord's going to be able to escape. The Overlord is going to see, however, that there's not much as far as photon cannons, as far as base defenses are concerned. Back here near the main base, maybe some Mutalisks on the way. Maybe there you go, a spire now being built by LameR. As soon as I mentioned Mutalisks, and looks like another expansion over here by LameR. Pretty close, you know, proximity to it.
This is an aggressive expansion indeed. It's actually much closer to MaNa's expansion than it is to his own, and it looks like it's actually getting both sides of the map.
Yeah, grabbing another one as you talk about the other one. So some pretty aggressive kind of map control positioning here for LameR.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, I think it's going to be tough for LameR to control and defend both of these expansions unless he makes use of Nidus Worms, which I don't see much use of these days in Starcraft. So I'd like to see a Nidus Worm going between those two bases.
Kind of a forgotten tech these days as far as Zerg is concerned. Gonna get to work on this creep highway, of course. You know, very effective as far as reinforcing and defending expansions. But you know, these expansions are definitely out of the way, whether or not they can move quickly on the creep or not. Going to be difficult to defend if MaNa puts them under pressure. It looks like a hallucinated Phoenix is going to move in here, get a little bit of scouting done over here on LameR's base. No risk of unit loss as far as that's concerned. Going to put these Mutalisks on alert, on notice, and that hallucinated Phoenix is going to go down. Good scouting done there by MaNa. Good idea to not sacrifice a unit. Excellent use of hallucination as far as that is concerned. But here come the Mutalisks.
Double evolution chamber here, and I'd like to see him make some use of it, but now they're just sitting there idling. Bunch of Mutalisks now moving in, so let's see what MaNa can do about this.
One upgrade going to work on the evolution changer. I'm sure LameR just saving up a little bit of minerals, gonna drop another upgrade there on the second one. Any minute he feels he can spare it. Both of these expansions now completed over here on either side. Two gas occupied here on the west side. Spine crawlers going down to help defend it, and really strong economic moves here by LameR.
Yeah, these Mutalisks aren't really able to get any damage done. There's a lot of nice Stalker defense up in the Protoss base, and a lot of static defense as well. He won't be able to attack any of those workers, and now those Stalkers are going to blink underneath the Mutalisks, causing instant death to one of them.
Yeah, two of them going down there. Two Mutalisks being killed. Very good blink action there for the Stalkers, able to really catch LameR off guard. LameR was a little bit slow moving the Mutalisks away, moved them away initially, but the pros were able to creep up and get a few more shots on there. Mutalisks not being able to exert any amount of authority as they usually would be able to. A lot of them out on the board right now, and you know, I don't know if he is still building any. Not building any right now, so he's pretty confident. He's pretty content with the number of Mutalisks if he's able to exploit any holes in the defenses. Once again, a lot of spine crawlers going down for his easterly expansion. But
Yeah, MaNa's going to be in a lot of trouble here if he doesn't start attacking soon. LameR has so much map control, and he does have a little bit of weakness in terms of his defense, but he's gaining so much income. He's just got so much creep all over the map. It could be trouble for MaNa if he doesn't put an end to this.
yeah, very slight army nod to MaNa right now.
But he just can't move out because these Mutalisks are going to be hitting again soon, and soon would be now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these Mutalisks are going to kind of keep him locked in his base, which is exactly what they're meant to do. A lot of photon cannons being put down here from MaNa, but might not be enough if LameR can realize that there's only one photon cannon left down here by this main base. Another one going up, being built right now. But if these Mutalisks poke in anymore, they might be able to get some damage done. Storm's going down on the Mutalisks now. Maybe a mistake in placement by the Mutalisks going after this expansion. He's going to lose every single one of these Mutalisks. It's a real shame for LameR as far as that's concerned. Could have gone into the main base, could have done some damage, but kind of went over here by the middle to check things out, and ended up getting torn up by the combination of storms and photon cannons. And if LameR isn't smashing his keyboard right now, I don't know I don't know what he's thinking right now. But still, a good amount of Mutalisks that he managed to reinforce with. But he's got to be frustrated about that.